And what is up, everybody? It's your boy Blake, Money Blakeweather. Welcome to another episode, Loaded Joe's MMA Podcast. I'm your host, Money Blake. Welcome to another episode. Of course, we got to do one for UFC 246. Before we hop into that, quick shout out to our sponsor, UFC Gym Austin. Hit them up, 512-292-1900. All your combat sports needs to come and train. Train boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, anything you want to do. Come by at Austin. Come by Austin. Come visit me. Come get some training in. If you live in Austin, go hit them up. They're running a promotion right now. Find out what they're running. Find out the new classes they got going. This card is so big, I had to bring in one of my old buddies.
Oh, old school. Okay.
You think I was just going to call you old? One of my old man friends.
Why should they be any different, I guess? Yeah, what's up?
Somebody, my boy, your favorite, Aaron Weinbaum of MMA Fight Picks. Aaron says, what? Do you still do that one?
No, I don't. It's gone.
I thought it was gone.
I did, but I do podcasting made simple where I help young aspiring podcasters. I think you and I have had conversations in the past. I've helped several guys out from Loudmouth MMA. I want everyone that wants to podcast to be able to do it without spending a fortune. You know what I'm saying?
It is affordable, man. I started off podcasting on borrowed equipment, but I knew how to run a mixer. I knew how to run mics and everything.
Yeah.
And then I got like a $65-ish mixer. I have like $30 microphones. I have like my boom arms. Like everything's my operation's very inexpensive. Huh?
Yeah, you're still using the Behringer Q802, aren't you?
Yeah, man. That shit still works.
My first one, baby. You know what? If you really want a podcast, it's just you talking. You can get a USB headset for like $19 and talk to your computer. You'll sound perfect. I promise you. I've done it traveling.
Yeah, you do it through Audacity. Audacity's free.
Mm-hmm.
OBS is free. I use OBS. I use Windows Movie Editor to edit a lot of my stuff. I'm on Podcast Garden. A lot of people don't even know about that site. I'm probably going to get off. But when I first started, it was $3.99 as a host site, and it's still $3.99. So it's like really, I ran it as a very inexpensive hobby, and it's very easy. So I'm very happy that you offer that service, man. Because I remember I think that's kind of how we met, right? I was running kind of the same, I want to help MMA podcasts kind of come up because everybody's kind of in their own lane, kind of doing this, that, and the other thing, and nobody really, had some, peace. And so now everybody knows everybody.
I think we met through one of my goofy Twitter accounts. I don't know which one.
Oh, you had so you had followed me on like Dana, but like we met on like person when I saw you. The podcast Made Simple, and you added me, and then you're like, "Dude, I follow you. I follow your account." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then you're like, "Stop being goofy," and I'm like, "This motherfucker's Black Dana."
Oh, you did it! You already said the F word once. Fail. We did it
already. Man. Whatever. I got excited.
But yeah, no, Dana. All right, no more MMA talk or no more of my socials after this. But Aaron says what one? It's verified. 12,000 followers. Nobody likes it. Okay, I went to Realty. Everyone loves that one. Almost 10,000. Not sure about the Dana Unleashed. And we got Not Coker is my secret favorite account because it's for all the UG guys. It's just basically it's the hot takes of Scott Coker. Let's say Tony Ferguson was training with that ball the other day, was bouncing off his head. Well, Scott Coker wanted the ball's number, okay? That's how he goes. That's how he rolls. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that.
In the meantime, we got to break down some big fights on this card, man, and we're running out of some time. But we got UFC 246, and I'll be quite honest with you. Probably the card, it's kind of shitty. You know what I'm saying? Kind of not the best card. They're banking on Conor selling the card. Let's just call an ace an ace, right? Like, I'm not going to say the other one because, that's not good. But we're going to call an ace an ace.
You say that.
And a club a club. We'll call that. We'll say it like that. But, I mean, this card, they're banking on Conor. Holly, she's coming off a loss. Who the hell knows about Alexei Olenek? Claudia Gadelha, Alexa Grasso, there's pretty girls, and then they're banking on people know Anthony Pettis, who's opening up the card, right? But I mean, this is not a what was the last card Conor fought on? That Conor Khabib card was pretty nice, right? Like, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it too much.
I'll look at it just for you, real quick.
But it was a pretty nice card. I remember it not sucking right? I remember being excited about a lot of the fights on there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, we here now. We here now. And this is the main fight that like we kind of give a shit about. I think, I'm going to run through my picks real quick just from the main card before we take a break because I think we're going to get close to that time. But I got Anthony Pettis, Alexa Grasso, Alexei Olenek, and Holly Holm. I don't know what you have on your main card, but those are my picks before we get to Connor and Donald.
You're picking them already? Well, you're going to have to run through that because I was looking up something for you, but I'm sorry. You know, that other card was not as strong as we thought. It was UFC 229.
Okay.
Tony Ferguson, Anthony Pettis. That was a good fight.
That's badass.
Dominic Reyes, OSP.
Yes, that was good because Dominic won and he almost knocked him out. Like that was a good fight. I remember being excited.
Oh, you know what? On paper, this wasn't a great fight, but Derek Lewis, that third round comeback against Alexander Volkov.
Bro!
Crazy. 11 seconds to go. You know, fakes like he's going to die, knocks his ass out. Michelle Watterson, Felice Herrig. That was good from a different standpoint. Juicio Formego beat Sergio Pettis. Yeah. Okay, Vincent Luque, Jaylene Turner, Aspen Ladd, Tanya Everger. I didn't see that coming. I thought Tanya Everger would do
won,
that.
Yeah.
And I only came in there and mention Scotty Holtzman against Alan Patrick because I like the name Hot Sauce.
Hot Sauce, right. Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. All right, what are your picks again?
The card turned out to be exciting is what I was saying. The card turned out to be exciting. I don't know the same about this, but I got Pettis, Grasso, Alexei Olenek, and Holly Holm.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what I told you before.
I think you had Pettis. I think you put Claudia Gadelia. We didn't talk about Alexei Olenek on Maurice Green. And for those like, what do you mean you didn't talk? Go check out MMA Fight Picks, the podcast. You can hear like basically the elongated version of this entire conversation and more in depth. But we're going to kind of do the consolidated version because I just love talking about Conor McGregor, and it's my podcast. And
it is crazy. Like, by the way, Olenek fought way down at middleweight against Chael Sonnen way back in the day. Now here he is going up against Maurice Green.
Holy shit.
I mean, which sounds like a made-up name.
No.
But apparently he is an MMA fighter. And he does have wins over Junior Albini, Jeff Hughes.
No, they're all garbage wins. Like Alexei Olenek's going to take him down and choke him, bro. He's going to get him in. What's that choke that he does? The Ezekiel choke. Bro, he'd be Ezekiel. Yeah. He's got like 10, 11 to his name. That's insane.
I picked him to beat Alistair, if I'm being honest right now.
Ugh, that's gross. Like, no, you're not going to.
I did.
I'm a big Alistair fan, though, but I just know the fighters that Alistair should have won the last fight, but anyways, that's a different thing. Like, he beats these type of guys, but Alexei beats the Maurice Greens of the world. You know what I mean? He beats those type of guys. And then I think you picked Holly over Raquel. Was that correct?
I did pick Holly. I like Raquel. I do. I think that Amanda took some of her soul. I think Holly's just more patient. She does have a win over her. You thought that Holly may have lost that fight, but I don't know. If you want to talk about the evolution of both girls, since then Holly has gone for the kill more. Obviously, we saw what she did with Ronda.
Raquel was never a knockout artist. She was always a grinder. She was always like, what I can do is I can outwork you. I can't probably strike you. I probably can't knock you out. I probably can't submit you. What I can do is try to outgrind you, outwork you. She kind of Liz Carmouche her way through 135, right? Like lost here, won here, lost here, win here.
But Holly also didn't really go for that killer instinct here until the last few years. I think she's tried to get the knockout. You know what I'm saying? And we saw what she's done, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm with you on Holly. I think she's got it, man.
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to turn out. And I do think it depends on how you go. I was going to say go back and rewatch the first fight. Don't do that because it's very not entertaining. Because the whole time, the only reason it made it exciting was it was Holly's first fight in UFC, and you're like, any point now, she's just gonna kick her in the goddamn head, and it never happened. It never ever happened. So don't rewatch that fight. But let's hop on to the main event: Conor McGregor, Donald Cerrone. And I went first last time. I want to hear you. I want to hear your thoughts on this fight, like when it first got announced, what you first thought, because I don't want to give away who you're going for, but I want to hear like what your thoughts were when this first got announced.
Well, number one, it's no spoiler who you're going for, because if we were picking Conor McGregor against a locomotive, who would you pick?
It's Conor McGregor.
So no mystery here.
No bias there or anything like
whatsoever. Now, I did think this fight was going to be announced a few months before, and it ended up being, I think, Gaethje and Donald Cerrone. I thought, but here's the thing: I think Conor was against this being a 3-round fight. So rightfully so. Then all of a sudden it's like, we don't do 5-round fights on pay-per-views, that aren't for the title. And then comes the BMF fight. Yes, I know that's for a title, but it's not a real title. Okay. And all of a sudden they saw what numbers that did. And Conor all of a sudden gets a main event fight, 5 rounds, pay-per-view. Sure, he says he's going to make some crazy money. I thought I saw something like
80 million.
80 million. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Conor also says he's going to weigh 160 pounds. I don't think that's true. I think he's full of shit. We've all seen what he looks like when he gets down to 155. Okay, he doesn't look like he does now. He looks like he just took his thumb in his mouth and went, and then he blew himself up. So
the thing what's different with this fight than the Nate Diaz fight is he didn't gain too much weight for the Nate Diaz fight, because I think he prepared to go back down to 55.
Well, he had 2 weeks. He was like on his way down.
The second one even.
Oh, the second one. I'm sorry. Yes.
He looked a little bit more bulkier, but not much, because I think he always knew he was going to go back down to 55. This time around, he's got some size and mass to him. Like he looks like he's going to hang around 70 and just try to work on getting positive mass.
He looks swole.
Mass. Yeah, my man looks cut. My man looks cut and swole this time around, and it's going to be a different 170. We saw Conor.
That should be a name of a tag team, by the way. Cut and swole.
in the WWE.
Yes, baby. Or Submission Underground, apparently.
Is that what they're going to call Quinta and Perry? They're going to have a tag team, Mr. Cut and Swole?
I think they're fighting each other. Like when you look at the poster,
you told me.
It looks like they're on the same team, but they're on top of each other, like a tag team would be. But apparently they're fighting each other. So yeah, Quinta, by the way.
How much time? We still got some time?
We got till the breaks. So we got to take radio breaks now, people. And Blake and I are new to this.
It's okay.
So
guys, I'm gonna take a quick.
Well, you got 2 minutes though.
Oh, we got 2 minutes. Okay,
this is what I'm saying. I said we got some time. We're new at this. We're on the radio. You can't say the F word.
But anyways, yeah. So this is now, for those that don't know, before we take a break and then hop into the main event, we are going to be posting on a Badass Radio channel, and so there are a few rules. I'm still going to say fuck. I don't give a fuck.
No, you can't say that.
Well, I did. I'm still going to do it until they stop me.
You can say pussy crack, but you can't say that other word.
I'm going to say it.
You can apparently say anything else.
I'm going to say it, and until they stop me. I'm not going to say it repetitively. But what the thing is, we're going to take a few little – you guys won't even notice the difference. You guys are tuning in the podcast world. But these are big moves. Aaron has helped me out. We've been friends since back in the day in 2017. Big. And it's very positive. So if you guys are fans of Loaded Joe's – and follow Unfiltered Bachelor, even shout outs to you. You guys have been a fan since Loaded Joe since 2014. I want to just show love to you and shout you out. Thank you so much. As we get into this main event, though, I want to wait till the break. But Aaron,
it's almost time for the break. But I want to say we've been friends since you had a man bun, by the way, and that's saying a lot. and thank you for getting rid of that. Congratulations on all the dating, and thank God I'm married. That's all I got to say now. But no, but in all seriousness, we jab at each other all the time, but been a loyal friend. I appreciate it, man.
Cheers to you, sir. Cheers to you.
Cheers indeed. Our water right here.
You got water? That's gross. I got whiskey.
Well, I got soda water and something else. But
we drinking.
But anyway,
we drinking. Oh, are we taking that break? Is that what's going on?
We're taking that break in 5. See, you were way more concerned about the break. Okay, break time right now.
All right, well, I'm going to put some music in here. You guys won't even notice the difference. And we are back, and you didn't even notice the difference. Yeah, so you guys probably heard like a little something for like 8 seconds. But we're back and we're talking the main event: Conor McGregor, Cowboy Cerrone.
Yes.
All right, I want to hear your hot. Apparently, you got hot takes and shit, Aaron. Apparently, you badass now. Since the last time I've had you on the pod, apparently you throwing out all kind of Stephen A. Smith and who was that other dude, Skip Bayless type hot takes and shit. So give me some hot takes, Skip Bayless. Give me some hot takes.
No, I'm not proud with either of those comparisons.
Aaron Bayless, or should I call you Aaron Smith or Steve Weinbaum?
Aaron Hernandez, maybe. All right, but anyway, listen. I called a fight years ago between Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor. I wrote an article. It got a little publicity. I said, no way Conor beats Nate Diaz like he is right now, because Conor's going to underestimate what it is to not have to cut weight, where Nate, although he's not I don't think Nate's a real welterweight. He just doesn't like to cut down to 155. But at the time, he was a big guy. He had to cut to just get to 170. And I don't think Conor realized how strong he would have to be to beat him until that second fight. Now, this being said, I think Donald may take a page out of that. No, he comes in bigger, comes on strong, or at least wears Conor out like Nate did. I mean, it was a little sooner rather than later, and we'll see what happens. I don't want to see a stand-up fight just for the fact to see a stand-up fight. I want to see the guys go for the win. If that means that Donald takes down Conor like he did Mike Perry and subs him real quick, okay. I mean, at least he's going for the win, because there are big implications in this fight. Even though this fight's at 170 pounds, Conor gets a title shot wherever the hell he wants if he wins this fight, okay? Mm-hmm. Donald really just wins this fight to get back into contention anywhere. Contention. Okay, that's just contention. Conor gets a title shot, I think, with a win anywhere in this fight. 170 or 155.
And let's be more specific at 170. He's not going for Usman. He's going for that bad motherfucker belt. That's what he's going for.
Yeah.
BMF belt, whatever you kids want to call it nowadays. But that's what he's going for. He's going for Jorge. He wants the clout more than he wants these belts, I think, at this point. He doesn't care. About, like, if he cared, I think he'd be at 55 right now. He doesn't care. He wants big money, and big money fight is him and Jorge. But the crazy thing is, Jorge is the contender for Usman. So I don't know how soon or how quick that happens. Like, Conor wins today. Okay, do they fight in July? Right? Because maybe Jorge gets a fight between now and then with Usman, because that's the only fight that makes sense.
Can I make a crazy prediction right now?
Okay.
Can I make a crazy prediction? Okay, I don't know when Usman's coming back. Masvidal wants to take some time out because his hands are hurt. Okay, here's my crazy ass prediction. We have Gaethje already training to be a fill-in April. I think Conor wants to be in there too. I think it is very possible if Conor wins this fight without any injuries, we're going to see him train for possibly a Gaethje fight in April. I think I see Gaethje, Conor in April, one of those guys hoping to fill in case Khabib and Tony doesn't go through. You heard it here first.
Okay. I'm not mad
because there's a real good chance that Tony and Khabib don't go through. I mean, the odds are in our favor.
May the odds be in your favor. Yes, may the odds be ever in your favor. That's what's happening right now. And here's the thing. I mean, I think ideally they want Conor to fight in July, right? That's what happened when he had that fight with Dennis Seaver. Fought him in January. Supposed to fight Jose in July. He ends up fighting Chad Mendes. So he's used to that kind of time off and whatever. Of course, you're aiming because that July card is the hugest goddamn card that the UFC throws every single year. It's that one, and then supposed to be their New Year's one.
Didn't happen this year.
It didn't happen this year, no.
And it's an ESPN phenomenon, too. They didn't want to do it.
Psst, psst, hey, psst. Shut up, ESPN. Hey, shut up.
ESPN,
psst. Shut up. Suck a dick, ESPN. Give me my New Year's card. Give me my New Year's card. But anyways, I mean, that's the biggest card that they have. It's always that one and, one or two others with John Jones fights and shit like that. So anyways, moving on. I think you do bring up some good points, man.
Thank you. Thank God.
To be realistic, I mean, Cerrone is he's got more experience at 170. He has had a hard cut to go to 55, but he fought there a lot, so he knows what the game is. And I think this is Conor. A lot of people ask me, well, so why is Conor? And this is the first thing I thought about because again, I train. You know what I mean? I train. I'm in there with fighters, and the reason that Conor comes back at 170 is because the one thing he doesn't want to have to worry about is a weight cut. Weight cut is if you have one thing less to worry about, your nutrition and I mean, of course, you want to stay in great shape. But if you don't have to worry about the calorie input and what your output is, that's another variable to add into the math problem. And if you don't have to worry about that, all you have to worry about is getting better and getting sharp, and you worry about everything less, fuck it, fuck the weight cut. Then sorry I said it, but whatever. Forget about the weight cut. Forget about all of that. I don't need to worry about that. All I need to worry about is getting better, getting sharper, staying on point. Then dude, he's going to come back and look like that. He had an amazing training camp probably for Khabib, even though he just focused on wrestling. That's one less thing he has to worry about now.
Now he says he's been drinking. He was drinking like a few days before that fight.
Yeah, so he's not John Jones where he can drink a few days before and do coke
and snort cocaine.
And then come and be amazing. Okay, so Conor McGregor's not John Jones. Newsflash, all right? He's not.
You can't rear into hooker and keep your title. Okay,
right?
I'm just sorry.
You can't pull a Wolf of Wall Street. And keep your
no,
title.
she might not have been a hooker. I'm sorry. He had hookers with him. I don't know. I'm sorry.
But
John Jones, man, he likes to walk the line and sniff it too. So.
And he moves to the next line. He toes the line and then he sniffs it.
yes.
But Conor, to be realistic, he's got 2.5 rounds max. I really give him 2 rounds, to be okay. This is the confines that we know him to operate in. Is 2 rounds where he does his best work. And Donald Cerrone in the first round and a half, he doesn't look the best. This is where he gets cracked the most. This is where he gets pressure on until he starts to hit his stride. He does look
better at welterweight though than he does at lightweight, I think, in my opinion.
Well, he's half and half at that point, right? He's had some wins, but he's also had some losses. Yeah. Right? And these are the guys he's won against so the 4 guys that come to mind: Matt Brown, Rick Story, and Patrick Cote. Cote. Right? Then he loses. Then Patrick Cote. So then he has losses to Leon Edwards, Darren Till, Jorge Masvidal, Robbie Lawler. He's got more losses there than he has wins, right?
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, it's great and all. He's got more experience there. It still hasn't changed. He hasn't changed at all. He's not a good if you go rewatch the Eddie Alvarez fight when he was at 155, Eddie Alvarez was doing good work in the first round. He didn't win, but that was the best round he looked against Donald. And then Donald hit his stride in the second and third round. He's got a lot of second round knockouts, right? I think he beat Jim Miller in the second round when they fought. I think he beat, anyways.
Miles Jury? Was it Miles Jury?
It wasn't the Miles Jury fight. It was,
okay.
But what was the fight after Benson Henderson?
Medeski.
Yes, that's right. John McDessie. He head kicked him, and I think it was the second round he knocked him out.
It was the second round.
So he's a second round guy. He comes strong in the second round, and he comes through in the second and third round, right?
Unless he submits you, yeah.
Yeah, he beat Mike Perry. Oh, he's got the Mike Perry win. That's right. Let's
Alex Oliveira and the Barboza fight, first round submissions.
Okay, and even Mike Perry, but the rest of them, he beat Rick Story second round, he beat Matt Brown third round, he beat Patrick Cote. Yeah. What was it? Second, third round? Was it a decision or something?
TKO. That would be third round.
See,
yeah,
he beats him late. He beats fighters later in the we're just looking at facts, and he beats fighters later as the fight goes on.
That Matt Brown head kick, 44 seconds left in the third round. I mean, who saw that coming?
I thought he was going to win by knockout. To be quite honest, because Matt Brown had taken at that point, he'd taken too much damage from other fights. I'm just he's been losing really bad lately, guys. I don't know. I think that year he lost to Jake Ellenberger. Jake Ellenberger knocked him out in May. That was the year that Stipe Miocic got the belt, right? He beat Verdum.
Ellenberger does beat him.
Right.
First round, way back. This 2016, okay?
2016.
Before that was the loses to Maya.
But anyways, I was just saying, like, I was just trying to make sure I was correct on that. But anyways, Matt Brown had taken some damage. I knew that he just wasn't in the shape. I knew Donald Cerrone was. Donald Cerrone is a combo fighter. Conor McGregor is a one-shot set him up fighter. Who's a combo guy that's beaten Conor McGregor though? Like, not a lot. Like, no one. You don't beat Conor McGregor standing. Let's put that out there. You beat him.
I don't know. I thought Floyd had some combos.
Oh. In MMA, let's talk MMA. I was about to say.
MMA.
In
Sorry.
MMA, I was going to say, hey,
it's not the Mayweather podcast until Mayweather fights again. Sorry,
we could. Sorry. He's going to fight this year. Apparently, God bless him. My man Mayweather. Anyways, Conor McGregor. He's a single, precise puncher. He doesn't need a lot of punches. He sets him up, and then he drops the one. He sets it up, feints, and da.
Boom.
So, given all that. Conor McGregor, I got him in the first 2 rounds. Cerrone can win. It's going to be either decision or it's going to be the 3rd round. But I don't think I'm not picking him. I'm not picking him. He eats too much damage. And that the lack of the last 2 fights getting pieced up the way he did, man, even though it was at 155, we can't blame the weight cut for you getting hit. Like, you came prepared. And these guys outgamed you. And I think Conor McGregor's going to do the same.
We will see. Saturday night. Guess what? You're coming up on a break again.
Oh, it is that time, huh? All right.
It is that time. You got 30 seconds, but we can do whatever you want, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, we'll shout it out for 30 seconds, and I'll piece this all together. Everybody go follow Loaded MMA Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can follow me, Money Blakeweather, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I've been drinking. Follow the podcast under the Unfiltered Bachelor banner on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, anywhere podcasts are. That's where we are. Aaron, where can people find you? Wait,
it's a radio break. But hey, listen, you can go to AaronSaysWhat.com. You can find me everywhere on there. You got the MMA Fight Picks podcast. I'm coughing here. I'm dying. What are we drinking here?